Hey everybody, it's Brad from the Big Family Homestead, and in this video I've got some information that I want to share with you. Many of you may have heard that Walmart, GM, Pepsi, and Starbucks have pulled their advertising budgets away from YouTube. Well, if you haven't heard, well, now you just heard. And this is going to be a really interesting thing for content creators, but also you guys out there who watch the videos. But backing up, basically they've said that they're tired of their ads being played next to really offensive material or hate speech, and so it's their right. They don't have to advertise with anybody they don't want to. So this is potentially about a $700 million oopsie for YouTube. And the thing is this, it's going to affect a lot of channels, and it's going to affect a lot of content creators, but also it's going to affect you, the viewer. Now, we are in the kind of the homesteading, self-reliant kind of genre, and so therefore, by nature, we don't have a lot of the same issues that the bigger channels that are doing the racy stuff and well, just all the nasty bigotry and hate speech, that we don't generally have that in our wheelhouse, because frankly we just don't do that. We're talking about, milking cows and raising goats and raising rabbits and stuff like that. So it might not be a terribly bad thing for folks who are actually putting out clean content. And I'm bringing this conversation to you guys because I'm wanting to know what you think, honestly, because friends of mine who are other channels have mentioned that they've noticed that their ad revenue, that the money that they make for making these videos and bringing you guys information that doesn't cost you anything, that their money has gone down by as much as a third. It hasn't really affected our channel just yet, and I don't know if it will. But my thoughts are these. What do you think? And put your answers down in the comments below, because I really do want to hear more people's thoughts, okay? And the first thing I'm wondering is, okay, why doesn't YouTube just fix it? It doesn't make any sense that, if you've got channels that are putting content out there that's nasty or bigotry or all those kind of things, why don't they just say, okay, well then, you're going to be in a class that's different. You can still make your content if you want, but you're going to be put into a different class where the advertisers can choose whether or not they want to have those ads there. That seems to me like a no-brainer, easy fix, just done. So that's like the first thing. I'm like, why doesn't YouTube just fix it? I mean, they can make different classes for different channels, and then they are the ones that will enable the advertisers to pick from ads they want to be on. For example, if Tractor Supply, yes, Tractor Supply, you should sponsor our channel. We would love that. Or even better, Rural King. But let's say Rural King wants to spend some money on YouTube, then they would be able to pick the class of ads they want, and then it wouldn't just be broad sprayed across everything, and then next thing you know, they've got, PewDiePie doing his thing, and you get the point. So number one, why doesn't YouTube just fix it? The second thing is this: is it going to help channels that are actually putting out clean content? There's my thought too, because some friends of mine who have channels now, they're none of the people I associate with are foul in terms of content. I don't hang around with those kind of folks. I don't run in those crowds that are doing this nasty stuff. But some of the folks that are even still maintaining clean content have noticed that they're dropping, that they're not doing as well. And I have not seen that yet, and I'm wondering why. What do you guys, anybody out there, have any clue or a theory as to how this is going to affect different channels? Will it help channels that are putting out clean content? I mean, definitely it's going to hurt channels that are making garbage. That's clear. And people all over the internet are just whining and complaining, and my thought is just like, well, why don't you just make clean content? I mean, if you cannot be entertaining or bring, you know, a skill or whatever your video is about without being foul and disgusting, well, maybe you should consider not doing that. So there's that. And then the other thing is this. I'm wondering out loud, how bad is this going to be? Is it going to be ending up where you, the viewer, have much less choice in what you watch? And also, this is a kind of a thing, you know, I guess YouTube is now going to define what they believe hate speech is. They're going to define what bigotry is. They're going to define what homophobia is and all of this kind of stuff. They're going to be the ones who decide. It's their website, but they're going to decide for the content creators and you, the viewer, what they view is acceptable and what they view is unacceptable. Now, I have personally seen some censorship happen with some friends of mine channel that they might have gotten a little too political for YouTube's taste, and they get flagged and they get videos dropped and they get all this kind of stuff. And I think it's kind of a slippery slope when you're letting a company like Google, who Google owns YouTube, and YouTube is the second biggest website in the world, that you're letting them define what is morally right, morally wrong, what is acceptable. I mean, think about this, guys. They can drive societal change. They can literally push the opinion of whatever it is agenda that they want to the masses. And they keep that if they just basically don't show content that they don't want you to see, over time, it will condition people to think in a certain different way. I don't think that's a good thing. Not at all. So there it is. Questions. If you don't mind sharing your opinion or your thoughts, or maybe even if you know something specifically about this, I'm curious because there's other video format platforms that might be starting to look like a really much better deal. Like, for example, my channel does a Patreon, and basically it's, you the viewer, say, thank you, Brad, for making this cool content, and you give $1 or whatever, but then that content is separate from YouTube completely. And there are others ones, I think there's one called Video Me or Vid Me. I've got to look into it. But all these things are starting to make me go, man, oh man, should I be looking for another place to post content? Is this going to affect the viewer? Is this going to affect me? And so thoughts, ideas, and opinions, accusations, we don't do accusations. So if you don't mind, just putting down your thoughts in the comment section below, I'd greatly appreciate it. And so there you have it. I'm Brad with the Big Family Homestead. You guys have an amazing day.